What's up, guys? It's KingDaddyDMAC, and welcome to the very first episode of Let's Play Hermitcraft. As you know, I've been invited to the Hermitcraft server, which we're in right now. And very cool. Looks like we have a mushroom biome right over there, and a pretty extensive little village here at spawn. But really excited. Going to be doing a Let's Play here, and should be pretty cool. I thought we could kick things off with a little tour. JoeHills, who is on right now, said he'd show us around the server a bit to familiarize ourselves with everything. And I'm not really that familiar myself with what is all around here. But let's sort of find out what the, I guess, tradition is for new people added on the server. What are the first things we should do, as well as sort of what they've done so far. So I'm going to give it up to Joe, and then we'll get going. Alright, good to go. Show me around, Joe.
Alrighty. Well, KingDaddyDMAC, I'm excited to show you today the spawn village of the Hermitcraft server. Although we are all hermits that love living as far apart as possible, sometimes it's handy to have houses as close together as possible for other reasons. So, you know, we constructed this little village here. We've got a combination of contraptions, like this little slime farm machine over here that's constantly making horrible noises, to, you know, houses that are beautified and lived in, like mine right here, this wonderful timber house. We also have houses like this one, which Old Man Corrales supposedly lives in, but all of us are afraid to go ring the doorbell because he might yell at us.
Ooh, that is pretty scary looking. Let's take a peek inside. Ooh,
I got the idea. Oh, sorry.
It's got a cauldron in there and everything. That's real spooky. Let's stay away from there.
I actually got the idea from his house that for October we were talking about all renovating our houses in the spawn area to do like a Halloween theme.
That's
so,
cool.
If you wanted to get your basic spawn house built sometime in September, you can tear it down and replace it with spookier parts in October.
Awesome. I might even just get started on that now. There's not a lot of room left in here. I've been trying to figure out for the last week where the heck I'm going to build.
Oh, well, I'll show you that, actually, when we get to the end.
Awesome.
Because we've been zoning some new areas. Over here is Biffa's Abode, or Abode, if you're a big fan of speaking like you're French, but aren't actually. And the great thing about Biffa's house is not only that it has a wonderful view of Cube Hamster's tree over here.
Oh, wow.
Cube Hamster, probably has the most complex house at spawn, although it's kind of out there in the ocean, or sea, whatever. The great thing about Biffa's house, for me anyway, is it's got an ender chest that's the closest one to the Nether portal.
Cool.
And so when you're coming into spawn and you're like, oh no, I forgot something, you can just run in and grab one. So I haven't bothered building my own ender chests yet. Let's see. So over here we have I'm Spoon's house, which he is currently constructing. It's quite the sandstone monstrosity. I used to have an unobstructed view of Isima's house, but no longer. So
do you get that too, where the signs don't show up? It's just all @ signs, or is that what he actually wrote?
He was making fun of me because my sign over here says @JoeHills because that's my Twitter account. And so he's like, oh, that's really smart. I want to put a bunch of @ signs on my house, too. So he's got a bunch of @ signs and then I'm Spoon.
That's hilarious.
And he's got like a little skylight down into his basement there. Let's see. This one here, I think might actually be unoccupied. Generic B, when he first got on the server, he built a bunch of empty little houses near the spawn as well. Including the one that I live in currently. Generic B actually pre-constructed for me, and I've since kind of renovated a bit. But I think this one is actually just empty in here. Whoops, and I'm trapping myself inside, because I'm excellent at using doors. We have our signboard over here, where we welcome new people to the server. So like Cilantro Gamer. Oh, here it is. No fear, KingDaddyDMAC is here. So,
before I wrote in the sign, who let that noob KingDaddyDMAC in the server? And then I was like, uh-oh, they're probably not going to realize I wrote that.
Well, you know, honestly, we have a lot of fun here, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Good.
This over here is Isima's house, which obviously is like one of the nicest houses at spawn.
Wow.
And it's just full of beautiful things. He's got a crazy huge like potion area over here, and pretty much if you need to borrow any potions, just go ahead and make sure to mix some up and put them back later.
Will
Um,
do.
Now, Generic B's house is kind of hard to get to. You have to go actually all the way down here and around. Because Generic B loves being his little hermit self. But he's got a little house here kind of back behind mine. And it's got a good view of the sea and the Mushroom Island here. And so this is Generic B's house. And he has, this is just like I said, spawn houses are just places where we can set up little shops, not shops, like workshops. So, if we're building stuff to go do something or do a prank or whatever, we can just run here real quick on our way wherever we're going and grab materials or whatever.
Cool.
Just a central place to store things.
What's this up here? Does he have like a diving board or something? Or is this just a lookout? Oh, it's just a
I
lookout.
think it's mostly a lookout.
Oh, I thought that was a diving board before. Like a high dive.
Mm-hmm. And you can see in the distance our pier bridge. I think Hypnotized originally intended for that to be a pier, but then he kind of kept going, and now it's about half a bridge. And it doesn't actually lead to the Mushroom Island, but it gets you a good way out there.
Okay. And someone was telling me that you guys might want to build like some type of arena out there or something in the future. I don't know if you heard that too.
Yeah, mobs don't naturally spawn in mushroom biomes, so you can do all sorts of things with darkness that you can't do otherwise.
Cool.
And this little, I believe these are spruce trees. I'm not an expert on the trees.
These, I think, are the birch. I think they call them.
Birch. Okay. Well,
I think so. I don't know.
You have one-upped me already. Your herbological knowledge clearly exceeds mine. This is our little birch farm. So once again, you can just come over here, chop some down, and make sure to just replant them when you leave. Okay. You don't necessarily have to bone meal them, because there's always enough people over here that stuff will naturally grow. These chunks are loaded pretty regularly. But yeah, so Isma's got his garden, his potion area, and let's go back out Isma's front door and continue wandering through the village. Let's see here. So this house with the white, I believe, is Hypno's house. And he doesn't really use it, I don't think. A lot of these, it's kind of hit or miss. Some people lean on their spawn houses pretty heavily. Some of them not at all. Like, I use mine all the time because I like messing around at other people's bases, and having a bunch of chests full of materials near the Nether hub is really helpful for me. But let's see. This, I think, is the entrance to the mine and the slime farm, which it used to just be a mine. Now it's pretty much just a slime farm. If you need to mine materials, you probably don't want to go down here because it's all been mined out already.
All right. Let me just take a wild guess at whose this is. Probably Corralis's house.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Very nice.
Yep. And you can see he has a nice little sign over here that indicates that it is his humble shack. So his other humbler shack that's all overgrown with vines wasn't humble enough for him, so he had to build a new humble home.
Oh my goodness, this is huge.
Oh yeah, now just to warn you, this building is lit in such a way, like all this area here is not lit at night to deter the spawning of creatures. It's more lit for accent and beauty. So if you're wandering around over this side of the town at night, you might get hit by some skeletons or some creepers. You got to keep an eye out.
Good to know.
Over here, you can see. Did Isma show you our pumpkin and watermelon farms?
Yes, which I actually want to hit up real quick, because I'm starving right now.
Oh yeah, let's head over that way real quick then. Where do you go? Oh, you're just hopping down the backside.
I'm just freestyling it.
Awesome. So yeah, if you already know how to do these, you just tap on the button and collect all the food you could want.
That is a very nifty design. I like that very much.
Oh yeah, I should probably activate the pumpkin one too, because like I said, we're gonna want lots of extra pumpkins come not November.
Yeah, when they get those pumpkin pies.
Oh yeah, well I was just thinking more for decoration with the upcoming Halloween happening, all that.
Cool. Yeah, they just, I don't know if you saw the new snapshot. They just came out with pumpkin pies, which I've been waiting for a long time. Something useful other than just lighting.
That out there in the distance is Top Mass's biodome. That's where he keeps Polly Shore, and also like a bunch of trees and plants and stuff.
Nice.
And so let's see. This over here is a bunch of tree farms. Nobody really lives in those except for the pixies.
Mm-hmm.
We've got our mushrooms over here that you can always fill up empty bowls with,
Okay,
which
cool.
is kind of handy. Cilantro Gamer has been constructing his spawn house here. We essentially what we're doing is we are building all the new people who didn't have space in the spawn village, like right next to the hub. We're
Mm-hmm.
building them out this way, so we're probably going to extend this road out a little bit. And so you'll be able to see if you come down this way. Aurelian has got her little mushroom house over here by the edge of the bay.
Very
It's
neat.
kind of behind the trees, I think, from your angle. But so essentially, if you wanted to set up like somewhere over here, whoa, that's a skeleton already. I've got my HUD off for this tour, which means I can't tell where my fire aspect sword is, which is worthless on the guy who's now in the lake. Okay, let's try switching to the other one. Okay, end of him.
There you
Next
go.
problem. But yeah, so this area is a little bit more Wild West than the rest of the spawn village. But you seem like the sort of fella that could carve out a slice of home here.
Sounds
So
good to me. Oh, that's yucky though. That's all swamp biome.
Yeah. But you don't have to necessarily stay like down in this portion here.
Yeah,
You can
we
come
got a
further
nice,
up.
nice little spot. I don't want to get too close to him. And then
Well,
what else? What does this go to down here?
this little pit, or you talking about? Oh, the that rail line
Mm-hmm.
leads to a little sheep breeding ground that Corrales built.
Okay.
Oh, also, I should point out that the house that we see to the right there, right next to Corrales' humble shack, is
Mhm.
Statics.
Okay. This one right here. Let's see.
Well, it's actually pretty big, but you'd almost think it was continuously part of Corrales', but it's actually Statics' house.
Okay, with the what is this jungle wood? The
Yeah,
like
yeah.
reddish
Yeah, like that whole. Well, that's like the pool entrance back here.
pool entrance.
Yeah, here. Let me throw you some ender pearls.
That would be
Oh,
very
they're on the
nice.
ground now. But,
Thank you.
so we can just hop this fence real quick. Good try. Yeah, so we're now in a static swimming pool area here.
Wow, this is nice.
Yeah, he is really good at building. So, yeah, I like it quite a bit.
I've just been debating what the heck I'm gonna do. 'Cause
Mhm.
these guys are just so much better at building than me.
Well, what kinds of builds do you enjoy doing?
I still haven't made a house in my Let's Play, and I'm on episode 50.
Oh wow, like you just like make random beds as you go, or
No, I just have them out in the open. I just light it up nice and like
Mhm.
to build holes in the ground. Get out of here, zombie. Man. So we'll do something. I'll build my first house here.
mm-hmm. Well, that'll be a fun challenge, I hope.
It should be. I was debating whether, because I didn't know if we were building all the way back here. I was almost debating doing something in the sky. But I didn't
Mhm.
know if that would be too intrusive.
I mean, Cube Hamster's tree you can see from like space, so I don't think it would be considered too intrusive. And I mean, Cilantro built this huge tree farm or he essentially built 4 jungle trees in the middle of an open field, which I mean, if you come up here, like this thing is super tall.
Oh, did he mean to do this so that you could just mine the trees and then replant them, or is that part of his house?
No, the trees are part of his house,
Okay.
so don't dig those. Don't steal those. They are not for you. But yeah, so he's got like some pretty good elevation as well. So I don't think building in the sky would be too much of a problem, as long as whatever you're building looks, decent.
Okay. I may shack up with you for the first couple nights.
Yeah. Well, like I said, there's always just random houses around. Oh, hello, a zombie. What a weird place for you to spawn. That's kind of bizarre. I don't want to slay the animals by accident, but yep. And then there's plenty of room back here as well.
Okay. Do you
Like,
know where the nearest village is? Is there still one intact?
the nearest intact village? No, I couldn't tell you that offhand. I know hypnotized. Okay, do you have time to go through the Nether with me
Sure.
for a
Yeah.
little trip?
Absolutely. There's more to see. Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, there is a. If you are just looking to trade some stuff,
Mm-hmm.
there is the most insane village ever that you will just love that Hypnotized has been working on. And I'm just gonna stop fighting this skeleton because I'm not doing too well at it. I've unequipped all my armor for the tour, and he's just shooting the heck out of me. So let's see here.
By the way,
Yeah.
I like your cape very much. Which thing is that from?
Oh, that's from Attended Minecon in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Did you actually have to go, or could you just buy a ticket and then get that?
I guess you could have just bought a ticket and gotten the cape, but like, given the choice, it seems like most people would want to go.
Yeah. Where's
Which
the
is,
one this year? Isn't there one in like France or something?
yeah, it's in Paris. Let me just grab some food real quick. Oops, where's Biff's little ender chest here? Sorry. And of course, I didn't leave any food in it.
I have some melon if you want that.
But I don't want to take your food. You're still getting all set up. I've got a whole box full of soup over here, which is a great way to convey soup, let me tell you.
I can't. I
Boxes.
wish you could stack the filled soup. That would be so nice.
Oh, I know. Like having those cows there is just like the best thing ever, and I would just do soup all the time, except not being able to stack it ruins me for like being able to adventure or go anywhere.
Yeah, it's brutal.
So anyway, this is the Nether hub, and let's see, Biffa's is out that way. You see that blue lapis lazuli there?
Mm-hmm.
That is the way to Biffa's. That's where you can find the Enderman killer, which is like the most beautiful farm I've ever seen constructed in Minecraft. You can get to level 30 in less than 30 seconds.
Awesome. That one was Panda's design that he used, I think.
I'm not sure whose design it was originally. I know Hypno did the build. This is the way out to me and Hypno and Cilantro Gamers' houses. And what we did was we put the rail line directly under this little road.
Okay, cool.
So, you know, that way if people don't want to necessarily take the rail, like in this case, you know, we're both here and we're not going AFK to go get some drinks or whatever. You know, you can just run along it and you're completely fine. But if you want to take the rail, you don't have to worry about the pig man either, so...
Holy cow, this is long.
Yeah, most people homestead a little bit away from spawn, and that's one of the reasons I like having the spawn house, you know, so I can split my materials between the two. But we're almost there, don't worry. But yeah, Hypno has a crazy massive super village he's been working on, and so you can just go in there and trade if you need to trade with villagers. I don't know, until we actually can use like portals on villagers, getting them away from his place, like if you wanted to like trade him for two of them, because trading in people is something that you'll be able to do in the new Minecraft update. You'll be able to say, hey, I'm going to put a value on that person and then purchase them.
Really?
And then, well, I mean, you could say, hey, Hypno, I'll give you, you know, some diamonds for this guy, and then I'll push him into the Nether, and then I'll bring him with me.
I think he said he built an iron golem farm.
Oh yeah, he did too. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind stopping by, save me. Okay,
Yeah.
so he just has a single. Is it just a single one? This is something I wanted to build at spawn. So that anyone coming in could just grab a whole bunch.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how all this villager stuff works, but I think that he does some. I think he has to put the iron golems on the tracks. I'm not sure though. Like
For,
oh, sorry.
For how the golem spawning works, or he has to have it far enough away from the other buildings so that the door, like, there's no houses. I think it's 65 blocks apart. I think. He could have made these. See how he has them all single. He could have these going up and up and up into the sky and have a whole bunch more of them. So he has 3 farms, but you could fit 3 farms into one little area. But yeah, as long as that distance is far away. So this is pretty far.
From spawn?
Yeah.
I mean, well, not if you took the train. Although the thing is though that the train doesn't currently stop at Hypno's base,
Mm-hmm.
because he hasn't built his like train station yet. I just built a simple one that stopped at my place, and he was like, "No, I want to do it perfect and beautiful." So I'm sure it will be perfect and beautiful, but it's definitely not done either. So yeah, I mean, Hermitcraft is a pretty expansive server geographically.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, carrying a rail cart. Also the Enderman farm. Like we've all got probably 25 stacks of Ender pearls at this point. So you know you get you some nice enchanted feather fallen boots, and things don't seem quite as far away.
I'm just thinking about, I definitely want to build one of these by spawn. It'll be probably one of my first projects. The golem farm, but I gotta move some villagers over there
Hmm.
in order to do so. So, but I think you can move them through portals in the once 1.4 is out.
Yeah.
And this is they're currently running in 1.3.2.
Yeah, this is the current standard Minecraft.
Okay.
So cool.
Very nice. And you said this was Hypno's area? Awesome.
Yeah, this is Hypnotize villager area. And he's looking at building another base somewhere else eventually, but this holds him over for right now.
Cool.
So, is there anything else you'd like to see?
Yeah, I want to see your other house.
Oh, okay. So, let's hop on out here. That's going to be, we're going to have to continue down the tracks here, or above the tracks.
Do you want me? I have enough iron to make 2 minecarts if you want.
The problem is there's no real easy way to get onto the tracks from right here.
Oh, okay.
Because like I said, Hypno never hasn't constructed a station yet.
Okay.
So right now, if you get on the train, it goes from spawn to my house, and then from my house to Cilantro's house. But yeah, it's not that bad compared to some of the distances on this server. Like Cilantro is something like 12,000 blocks from spawn.
In the Nether or in the overworld?
In the overworld, but I
Okay.
mean that's still
That's a lot.
even dividing that by 8. I mean that's over 1,000 blocks. Yeah. So here's my rail station right here, which is just super simple. You put your card in, you press the button if you want to go hubward or towards Cilantro's base, and I've just got my nice little Nether portal right here. So yeah, this is where my portal came out atop the tallest tree in the jungle.
Oh wow. This was at random it did this, or you set it up here?
Well, no, it randomly popped me out here. I had been building portals for like an hour trying to find one that would take me not under the bottom of the ocean or atop the top of the ocean.
Uh-huh.
And this was finally the one that took me out. But like if you look out there, you can kind of see the ocean there. That ocean goes for like 5,000 blocks. So I had been building a million portals and with no real benefit.
Wow.
But you can kind of see one of my bases. I've got a redstone lab built into the mountain over there.
Okay.
You can see the glass and the stone.
I'm gonna attempt to ender pearl over.
Yeah, I don't think you'll make it the whole way, but you'll make it a good distance.
Is that how you normally get over, or?
Well, we actually have only had the ender pearl machine like for about 3 days, so no, normally I would just run through. And part of that was that I wanted the terrain between my base and the portal to be a little bit dangerous, such that folks who wanted to come here for a prank or anything like that might have to endure some difficulty.
Think twice about it.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things like, or it might just make for funnier video as they record, you know, because they're getting attacked by stuff. So I've got a little house out in the bay here, and I've got a donor barge. A bunch of people gave me money toward my new computer for my birthday.
Awesome.
So I got a little candle for each of the donors on that. Generic B built me a victory monument to challenge his base. I don't know if you've heard of Generic B's base, but it's got like a series of dungeons in here.
Ooh.
And each time you beat one, you get a wool trophy. So
Awesome. I'll have to check that out.
and then he also built me a practice baby because my wife and I are gonna have a kid early next year.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. So he set me up a little chair to practice, you know, keeping the baby company or whatever. But yeah, and then I've got my little base out in the bay there. It's just pretty simple, you know, stilt construction, that sort of thing. But, yep. So nothing like crazy insane over here. I mostly just mine out here, so I've got a ton of places that I've just, wandered around underground, but they're just mine tracks and what do you call those? Mine shafts. That's the word. Yeah.
Cool. And then what's this ship over here? Is that yours too?
Yeah, yeah, that was the barge I was saying. The for the donors, I put a candle with the names of anybody who donated toward the new computer.
Awesome. I'm gonna go try and pearl out there. Oh, and I hope you have more ender pearls because I just ran out.
Yeah, I've got a few left. I kind of emptied most of my inventory though, but yeah. Now, at one point, Biffa ran around all over my base building like hundreds of snowmen, and yeah, there's just still snow everywhere.
Oh,
But
goodness.
yeah, so then on the actual cake itself, I even built a little model of the computer with some of the specs. So yeah, it's got an i7 processor, 300, what do you call it? 3770K, whatever. Yeah, and it's about this size and shape, color. So
Awesome.
my best model, my most accurate model I've created yet in Minecraft. So
Awesome. Now, what's the coolest thing so far, do you think, on the server? Other than the Enderman farm you're just talking about?
coolest thing, I would say the coolest thing isn't necessarily one build, it's the experience of seeing everybody's stuff. Like, just, it's an interesting tapestry of different types of art styles and building styles kind of meshed together. So, like, the more you explore, like, it kind of paints a bigger picture.
How elegant.
Thank you. Here are 8 ender pearls also.
Oh, thank you, because I didn't want to swim back.
I figured that.
Alright, so should we stop anywhere else, or should I get going?
Well, this is pretty much my base. I've got some other stuff, but it's nothing too exciting that you'd absolutely have to see. But yeah, also my wife just came home. I wasn't planning on recording right now, but I wanted to help you be welcome to the server as much as I could. So yeah, one of the reasons I built that crazy nether thing over by the portal there is because once I got into the jungle, I could never find it again.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, you can just look toward the sky and be like, okay, well, it's that giant thing over there.
There
That's
you
where
go.
the portal is. Yeah.
Smart thinking. That's crazy that it put you up on top of that tree.
Yeah, well, like, I mean, the portal generation code is kind of, I don't know, iffy or chancy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But I was toward the top of the nether, and so I think it took that into account.
Okay.
Because I'd been tired of being dropped out at the bottom of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that it would be difficult to discern whether I was in an ocean biome or not if I was dumped into a mine shaft in the middle of an extreme hills area, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep. So, anyway, I hope that this has been a helpful enough introduction to the server.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Joe.
Yeah, no problem. It's always glad to have I'm always glad to have visitors. And if you have any big projects coming up you need an extra set of hands on, feel free to let me know. I'm always happy to build with other hermits.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, you have a good rest of your day, and I shall see you around soon.
Alrighty. Keep adventuring.
Wow, that was a pretty nice tour. I have to thank JoeHills so much. Make sure to go check him out for more Minecraft stuff on his own channel, JoeHills. But yeah, it looks like it's nighttime here on the HermitCraft server. So I think we're going to end it here. And next time we'll kick it off right away with gathering our materials and get a going ourselves. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe to make sure you don't miss more of this upcoming series here on HermitCraft. And yeah, peace out.